cross, look, I want to make sure that I have my hand straight. Yep.
I'm Marnic Mann. I'm an MMA fighter. I fight out of Montana MMA in Bozeman, Montana, and I am contracted to the UFC.
Recover. Get his hands up.
MMA continues to grow around Montana, and this Saturday, taking front and center on this week's UFC Fight Night card will be Marnic Mann. Born and raised in Kalispell and a graduate of Glacier High School, Mann did every sport growing up, but found combat sports and boxing in the latter half of high school.
I started with boxing, and then it was later I started doing the grappling aspect. I trained for probably about a year or so, and then that's when I had my first MMA fight. I guess kind of just went from there.
Went from there, soon translated into a budding career in the sport. Mann went 4-0 as an amateur fighter before turning pro, where she quickly started 5-0 and got a shot on the Dana White's Contender series. It was there she suffered her first pro loss, but Mann didn't panic.
It was the first time I have ever lost a fight, first time ever being stopped, first time ever being knocked out. Kind of the fear of the unknown went away from that. I'm always nervous about people's criticism as well. So kind of all that stuff happened at once, and I'm like, I'm okay. This is okay. And the worst thing that I could do is just feel sorry for myself and stay down.
What followed was Mann getting right back into the fire and having an active year. And in September of last year, it paid off as she was called back up to the UFC to make her debut, making her the second woman from Montana to officially make it to the UFC.
We have a lot of talent in Montana, and sometimes I feel like we're not recognized. When people fight us, they always say that we're super, super tough. And people would tell me that it's like, you're never going to make it while you're living in Montana. You're not going to be able to make it. And I remember making a post on my social media saying, watch me, I am going to make it. And I did.
Her husband, Gage Saunders, also is a professional MMA fighter. The two met through competing and fighting as they grew together.
Yeah, she's just a lot more confident in herself. She believes in herself more. She's proven it to herself several times now. You know, she's beat really high-level girls now and proven to herself that she can do this. So once you believe you can, you can.
Nice. Moving backwards, find your cross. Nice. Nice. Hard jab. Breathe. Go roll.
Thank you.
Love you.
There's a balance the two share on their paths as they share the sport not just as teammates, but as a married couple and the nuances that come with it.
Oh, man. Being near together is it can be hell, you know. We just went from one of us cutting weight to the next one cutting weight. When you're in camp, you can't really do anything fun, you know. So you kind of got to be comfortable with, like, your date night's going to be at the gym. You're probably not going to eat the same dinners for months on end together, but it's worth it because we get to share, like, special experiences that most people never experience.
The duo moved to Bozeman a few years back, where they now live and train. It was there they met Sammy Ader, one of Marnic's primary training partners, who has helped her get to this point.
I'm just so proud of her. Like, I see her pretty much every single day of my life, and she is working so much harder than I've seen anyone else work. She puts in the time, she puts in the effort. When she's here, she's not just going through the motions. She's really making sure that she's present for every single moment that she can be.
But at the end of the day, it's a dangerous sport that can invoke fear and harm. You have to be built different to pursue it. So for Marnic, why fighting?
Just was something that I always felt like I should do. I knew I was strong. I knew I was tough. It's something that scared me a lot too, but there's things that if it scares you, you should probably do it. You know, sometimes we live too much being in the comfort zone, so people don't like to be uncomfortable or vulnerable, but that's where you grow as a person.
He'll be in Sunday. I'm going to meet him here.
MMA, it's super beautiful. It's a bunch of different arts put together. You're an artist and you get to show people this is your canvas and you get to make art in front of everybody. Maybe not everybody's gonna like it, and that's okay. Not everybody likes the same stuff, but I love my art.
It's the artist's turn to showcase her skills once again, and that self-belief and never quit attitude have the Montanan ready to compete once again in the UFC for the Treasure State.
I think they're lying if they say they're not scared. I'm a pretty genuine, honest person about it. Maybe nerves, but also nervousness can also be like excitement as well. And I'm super excited and super prepared. So it inflicts a lot of different emotions, but I've learned that I just absolutely love what I do. I love this.
Reporting in Bozeman, Kyle Hansen, MTN Sports.